Hello, what's going on? Okay, I promised that I'd make this video for a long time, and I wanted to hold off for a couple reasons. The first one is I want to get my testosterone results, and the second one is I want to get a little bit leaner. But in this short little video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually maintain very high testosterone levels, or at least normal testosterone levels, staying at a relatively low body fat, anywhere from 6 to 10%, right in that range, which is where you're gonna look really good, really lean, and really crisp. Now, the interesting thing and why I really wanna make this video is because there's a lot of myths going around saying that it is impossible to maintain a low body fat with high testosterone, or it's impossible to stay at a low body fat without destroying your testosterone levels. And that is absolute bullshit. It is completely wrong. And I'm gonna kind of flesh out how you can actually maintain high testosterone levels at a low body fat, and how that is an absolute myth. But just to show you the proof of the pudding here, I'm pretty lean right now. I've been obviously leaner, and I'm gonna get a bit leaner. And when I did my testosterone test a couple months ago, my levels were pretty bang on for my age, and that was also when I wasn't training. But then I checked my bioavailable testosterone levels, which were very high. I imagine if I get tested again, they'll be, around average, above average for my age, which I plan on doing. But I think the reason why people think you cannot maintain good testosterone levels at a low body fat is because they do not know how to diet in the least. Most people, even the experts, do not know how to diet at all, and it's very evident. For example, one of the things you see is people just kill themselves trying to get lean. They destroy themselves and they can't stay lean and enjoy it. Their idea of getting lean is just brutal. They're eating small meals every couple hours. They're freaking chronically thinking about their diet. Fitness models and bodybuilders that get on stage, they shoot right back up in an instant. You know how many fitness models I talk to that cannot stay lean, and they have to go nuts to get ready for the show? Of course they're gonna have horrible testosterone levels, of course. Not to mention the fact that most fitness experts and most fitness people, they eat excessive amounts of protein. They eat far more protein than your body needs, which means they have to drop down their fats and their carbs. And fats and carbs are imperative for testosterone functioning. The research is clear on this. So if you want to maintain high testosterone levels at a low body fat, you have to not eat crazy amounts of protein. That's why intermittent fasting is awesome, because protein's very filling. So if you're eating 5-6 times a day and you want to stay full on a low calorie diet, you have to eat lots of protein. So it's very tricky. But when you're eating, fasting and eating 2 meals a day and a little snack, then you can eat big servings of filling protein without going too high. So the first thing you have to understand is you got to get in a good amount of fats and carbs. And funny enough, I used to, I remember when I used to cut in the past, I would eat 250 grams of protein or 220, and I would go low in calories, and I would always just freaking stress out trying to get lean, and I would always push myself when I shouldn't have. And I had horrible sex drive. I never got my testosterone tested at that time, but I had really bad sex drive, which is a pretty good indicator of your testosterone. And it was very disconcerting. I'm like, this sucks. But the things I screwed up was I was going too high in protein, and I was staying in a calorie deficit too long. It's really important that if you want to maintain high testosterone and you want to get lean, you have to listen to your body. So you know what? Dieting shouldn't be that hard. You want to eat enough so you can lean down while also staying satisfied. If you go below that, that's when problems arise. And then if you've been dieting for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks and you're getting burnt out, it's getting tough, take a week off. Take 2 weeks off. Learn how to nail maintenance. Learning how to stay at maintenance calories and maintain your body fat is the most important skill to learn if you want to stay lean and healthy, because so few people know how to do that. They're either gaining weight or they're cutting. They're gaining weight and they're cutting. If you're always going on these extremes, you're never going to be able to maintain solid health and testosterone functioning, because it's imperative for your body to kind of nail that range and stay there, and that's when things get normalized. So the first tip that I kind of ran through is don't eat crazy amounts of protein. Listen to your body. Eat at a deficit when you need to lean down, but if you're hungry, eat a bit more. For example, if I'm eating 2,100 calories to get lean and I'm really hungry, then I'll eat a bit more. I might be able to go up to 2,400. And then on days when I'm eating 2,100, I'm full at like 19, I maybe I'll just stay at 19. So I really listen to my body. No one does that. Like, no one that's like interested in getting really, really lean ever does that. They're always like fucking obsessing about their diet, their perfect clean diet, or their calories and their macros. They're chronically thinking about it all the time. They're screwing up because, you know, you can only be perfect for so long when you have an unsustainable plan. So was me. I chill. I listen to my body. When I used to kill myself trying to get lean, when I used to freaking kill myself trying to get lean, that's when I had all these different issues. But now my body's the leader, not some freaking calorie counter thing. I use my macros to guide me, and I try and stay within that, but I also use my body as feedback. Who does that? No one does that. So, I mean, you know, don't go crazy high in protein. 0.7, 0.8 grams per pound is probably the best if you want to maintain high testosterone with a good amount of like 30-35% fat and, you know, closer to 40-45% carbs, with the rest coming from protein. Very bang on for testosterone functioning for sure. And then the other thing I want to talk about is intermittent fasting is actually very good for testosterone, because one of the things that research shows is that every time you eat, your testosterone levels plummet. So when you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, protein shake, your testosterone levels are constantly plummeting. And the research shows this. As well, they've done studies on people that were doing fasting, like Ramadan fasting, and they noticed that in lean subjects, their LH, like luteinizing hormone, went up 67%, which is a precursor to testosterone, and their testosterone levels went up 180%. So people don't realize this, but fasting, intermittent fasting, which I do every day, is very, very good for your hormonal functioning, and it also works perfectly with your body, because when you wake up, cortisol levels are very, very high. And that's a good thing when insulin is low. When cortisol levels are high and you're not eating, that helps you mobilize body fat, especially with the surge in growth hormone, which also research shows that intermittent fasting increases growth hormone, sometimes up to 2,000% in men and like 1,200 or 1,100% in women, which is awesome. So, and then later in the day, cortisol levels start to naturally come down, and that's when it's better to be in an eating and a feasting mode, and intermittent fasting improves insulin sensitivity, so it's great for supporting a great physique and great hormonal levels. So, I mean, those are just a few tips that I want to leave you with for maintaining high testosterone. Really, really, really simple stuff. And the other thing is, like, don't try and be perfect. Like, when I used to try and eat perfectly clean, actually, I had a lot more issues with my testosterone levels, but now that I'm a lot more laid back, I'll eat the stuff I want to, I notice a much bigger difference. Even like chocolate, there's no research really on this, but I definitely notice that when I eat, like, you know, high quality chocolate in my diet, like, I feel fantastic. I feel really, really good. That's more of a personal anecdote you can kind of test for yourself. I think that if you want to eat treats, high quality chocolate is like the best thing to do. I don't do dark because the caffeine content messes with my sleep at night. And that's like two final points is this: if you want to maintain high testosterone as well, especially within the context of staying lean, sleep is really important. You want to aim to get, you know, I mean, obviously 8 hours is ideal, but do the best you can to get as much sleep as you can, and feel well rested. Also, there's some research shows that if you're gonna get less sleep, you're actually better off staying up late and getting, you know, like suboptimal sleep than going to bed early and getting suboptimal sleep. So that's good for me because I stay up super late and I always sleep in. And some nights I'll get, you know, 5-6 hours. Some nights I'll get 8, which is better. And then the other thing is vitamin D. I don't take any vitamin D supplements, but, you know, especially during the spring, summer, I try and get out in the sun as much as I can and get, 10, 15, 20 minutes in the sun a few times a week. Or, you know, sometimes in the winter, I will use the tanning bed. Not that often, but, you know, maybe if I want to get a bit of a tan before it's a trip or a photo shoot, I'll do it once or twice a week. And as far as the research on tanning beds, they're not as harmful as, you know, the media makes them out to be. But you still want to be careful, and you want to, like, always one of the things that comes back to is moderation. So I don't know, these are my tips, but the biggest thing is people want to go to extremes. They want to go way too low in calories. They eat way too much protein. They're doing tons of cardio. They're doing all this training, which naturally will increase stress and cortisol. And they just create this environment. They're eating so many times a day, which plummets testosterone. They create this crazy environment that just lends itself to horrible testosterone levels and super high amounts of cortisol because they're stressed out. They're always thinking. They're not able to achieve a nice relaxed state. So if you're one of those people, and I've talked to people before that had these issues, and one of the common themes is, beyond that, is that they're just chronically stressed out and they're chronic overthinkers. So learning how to relax, empty your mind, just kind of just let go is really important. Learning how to actually achieve full relaxation. Learning how to be mindful, listening to Eckhart Tolle is good for that, meditation, so on and so forth. But also, you know what, I think the other thing, and I want to end this really soon because it's I don't want it to be long, but the other thing is like, I mean, some people get so glued on like this idea of like perfection and having the perfect physique and the perfect life. And it's like, if you really want to support great health, it's important to enjoy life. So yeah, fucking work hard. Yeah, train hard, but don't freaking spend your entire night on your computer, like on forums, like Googling fitness stuff or Googling random stuff that doesn't serve you. Like, have fun, socialize, go out and socialize, live a life that you truly enjoy, as opposed to a life that's just miserable. So yeah, put in the work in the gym, train hard 3 days a week, you know, work hard at whatever, your career, your job, school, and then also make the time to do stuff that you enjoy. Get outside, go for a walk outside, like meet up with your friends, like do that kind of stuff, which naturally will support you. Because if you're always stressed out, if you don't have any play, you're only gonna increase stress and cortisol. So those are my final tips. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Trust me, the value is massive, and if you implement these things, you know, get moderate protein, a nice balance of fats and carbs, start doing intermittent fasting. You don't have to go crazy, but push that first meal 5, 6, 7 hours into the day, you know, getting some sun, you know, trying to improve your sleep to some extent. Even this little tip is, you know, if you're sleeping naked, is probably better for you. At least do not sleep with like tight boxers, because you know your testicles are not supposed to be hot, especially when you're sleeping. But moderate your training, so you're only lifting intensely 3 days a week, and then you're getting lots of brisk walking. And then obviously, if you're having sex, that's gonna kind of help you. Actually, you know what? It's funny. This is probably, I might edit this out, but I noticed that when I'm more sexually active, my sex drive is just way higher. Whereas if I haven't been sexually active in a period of time, then my horniness goes down. Funny enough, it sounds counterintuitive, but that's just me. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you found it helpful, hit the like button. And really remember, listen to your body. Like, if you're trying to get to like 6, 7, 8%, it's very difficult to do. Very few people actually have achieved that. And so many want to. And I've actually have helped thousands of people do that. But the thing is that, you know, you have to listen to your body. Like, if you're getting burnt down your diet, if it's tough, if your body needs a break, what's going to hurt your testosterone levels is maintaining that chronic deficit. Take time to eat more, which is super important. Learn how to eat at maintenance, which I'll discuss in the next video. And if you guys will enjoy this video, again, leave your comments, share your comments below. All of my programs really work in line with the principles that I taught you in this video. So if you haven't joined one of my programs yet, use my free Physique Builder tool to find out exactly which program you should utilize. And I'll put a link on this video, on this page somewhere, or in the description. It's at kinobody.com/tool. And thank you again. Bye-bye. Okay, so the last thing I want to say here is that the placebo effect is very real and very powerful. So if you tell yourself, you know, if I get too lean, or if I lose weight, or if I get to a low body fat, it's going to mess up my testosterone levels, then you can actually trigger some of that to happen via the placebo effect. So it's really important that you understand that staying lean is not going to mess up your testosterone levels in the least. In fact, body fat, especially when it's like beyond, you know, 15%, actually increases estrogen, which kind of can have a negative effect on testosterone levels. So staying lean, being really lean, produces a more masculine, higher testosterone environment, especially higher free testosterone environment. So it's something that you really want to understand. One of the big reasons why no one really thinks you can maintain a low body fat with high testosterone levels is because no one maintains a low body fat. They get ready for competition, they're there for 1 day or 3 days, and then within a week or 2 weeks, they're 10, 15 pounds heavier. So they do not even know how to maintain a low body fat. And yes, of course, when your calories are low and you're dieting, that will, reduce your testosterone levels. But if you follow everything I said in this video, your testosterone levels will actually be very, very good, healthy range. But once you bring your calories up to maintenance and you're maintaining your leanness, then your testosterone levels will begin to really, really come up again. So what people they haven't connected the dots, because very few people have actually stayed at like 6, 7, 8% body fat. Their idea of staying there is like killing themselves to get down, making all the mistakes I talked about in this video. And then once they get there, they kind of just screw up and they go back up and then go back down, go back up, go back down. Whereas that's a lot different than slowly leaning down, taking your time. Maybe for a month, your body's feeling great, you're handling low calories very well, so you go harder, and then your body needs a break, so you kind of maintain, you chill here, and then you want to go down again, but a bit slower this time, and then you take a few days where you just kind of refeed. If you do it like that, and then you get there, and then you learn how to kind of eat at maintenance, and maybe you have a couple low calorie days each week just to offset any overeating, and you just stay there, your testosterone levels are golden. No one does this though. No one fucking does this. So they see me staying, at 6, 7, 8, 9% body fat virtually all the time, and they're like, that can't be possible. No, it is possible. And I used to think I couldn't do it. I used to think I didn't have those genetics to stay lean. But everything I talked about in this video handles that. So there you go. You're welcome. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. Bye.